So go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99 for a 16-day supply, while their 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals includes a personal backpack in case of a grab-and-go emergency. Order their combo gift pack, and you'll save hundreds, plus get free shipping on your entire order. Call eFoods today at 800-409-5633 or visit them online at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
All right, if you're watching on PrisonPlanet.tv, you'll notice the headline out of Time Magazine. I've told you for 17 years the New World Order is a globalist megabank coup over the world. I've told you for the last 4 years they would implode Europe in the next step after starting the first crisis in 2008, 3.5 years ago, and that after each country they take over and get trillions more, then they would only expand their takeover, that it's a bankster takeover. Max Kaiser calls it bankster occupation. Here's Time Magazine. Regime change in Europe. Do Greece and Italy amount to a banker's coup? And it goes over the fact that even though the leaders of the countries did what the bankers told them to do, the puppet leaders leave, the banksters take over, they raise the taxes to pay money the bankers owe. And you apologize to the bankers. I'm sorry you created all these derivatives and put your people into government and robbed us. Here's everything we've got. They're like, that's good. Now we're going to implode the euro completely under IMF and World Bank control, and now individual countries will be ruled by us. Thank you for ripping us off. Here it is. And it goes over this. They go on to say the voice of the people no longer matters. It's global government by the bankers, and that's it. But if you talk about this, the Southern Poverty Law Center or ADL or others will come out and claim that secretly you're wearing Hitler underwear. Kind of like, I don't like government-run health care. Shut up, racist. Okay, all righty. What does that have to do with it? Again, here it is, world government banker coup. Okay, I'm going to get to Nathan, Jim, Martha, Ronald, Alan, Gary, Gene, and really, this is something I'm going to have to spend an hour on tomorrow or Tuesday on the weekday show because it's so big, and I want to get to these calls. But here's the kernel and of information, and while I'm talking, we'll show some video I shot yesterday while hiking on Barton Creek with my family. Again, I understand that when trails go over, and I'm not reaching out to old listeners, I'm talking about new listeners right now, so this will bore some people. I'm not saying that when jets fly at 10, 20, 30,000 feet, they don't create condensation around their wingtips, and that around that then forms ice crystals, condensation nuclei. I got it. I understand it. In the mid-1990s, suddenly, jet contrails started to be persistent, and huge cloud banks began to form. And environmental scientists like Clifford Carnicom and others came out and sent airplanes up, got tests, and said this is some kind of weather modification program. And back then it was just government aircraft, unmarked. Now it's mixed in with most of the aviation jet fuel. And lo and behold, we went and found the patents on that. And I'm going to be showing those tomorrow. You can just Google patents for mixing chemtrail ingredients. It'll have the layman term into jet fuel. Or patents for aerosol spraying, aerosol or barium salt, aluminum dioxide, and jet fuel. And you'll see all the patents. But point is, I'm going to do reports on it tomorrow and Tuesday. We've covered this before, but for 5 years, I've been really researching this in depth and kind of working on a film intensely for 2 years. And I've just decided to take the pieces of the film, the research, and just put it out on the radio and TV now. We don't have time to wait and make the perfect film and, quite frankly, make a bunch of money. This isn't even about that. Of course, if I charge money for it, then people will appreciate it. It'll get 50 million views online. We put it out for free. If I give it away for free, it'll get 100,000 views. So maybe I should just wait and put it all together. But I shot some video as jets were laying down the trails. In pre-1995, 96, all over the United States and Europe, trails would go away in a few seconds to a few minutes max. Now, they stay up there an hour or more and expand out as nuclei, forming water droplet particles and forming giant cloud banks. And in fact, when I first got out on Barton Creek, it was a clear blue sky. An hour and a half later, it looked like that, what you're seeing on your screen. If you're a radio listener, just go to Infowars.com. The article is Colossal Geoengineering in Plain Sight. NASA reported 5 years ago that the Earth is now receiving at least 20% less sunlight than 10 years before. After 16 years of denial, the White House science czar, John P. Holdren, now admits that they have been testing the manipulation of Earth's atmosphere with barium salts, aluminum dioxide, and other toxic compounds. Bottom line, there is a worldwide secret program to manipulate the atmosphere. They admit it's happening, but they won't tell us exactly why or what they're doing. In full. Now, what happened 3 years ago when John P. Holdren got in? The first press conference he gave. Just type in White House Science Czar on geoengineering. You'll get AP, Reuters, BBC, and the video. The first speech he gave, and then Bill Gates came out and said he's invested $5 billion in it, in weather control. And they say, gee, we've been spraying barium salts, aluminum dioxide, and all the things that the old-timers, I say old-timers, 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago that went and tested the atmosphere said. They said aluminum dioxide, barium salts, and the other, some of them are radioactive isotopes. They predicted it all by testing. Now, give me a document cam shot right here for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. Again, just search the terms I give you if you're a radio listener and find it for yourself. Now, again, they're denying all this exists. I remember seeing TV commercials for a cable company once, nationally, making fun of anybody that believes they're spraying stuff. Now, I understand there's real condensation trails. I get it. The point is, all these experts came out, and the government denied it, but then people started not calling it chemtrails. They started using search engines to search things like persistent jet trails, things like high-altitude aerosol they began to test and do more research and find out more about what was happening. And they discovered, hiding in plain view, tens of thousands of giant multi-billion-dollar programs in some cases all over the Western world, from New Zealand to the U.S., to Canada to Europe, to spray by mixing it with the jet fuel. But they also have some aircraft that are used to block weather fronts and things specifically, to alter the Earth's atmosphere. And it turns out we have the government documents that I'm about to show you where they explain, yes, we've been testing this to save the Earth. This giant program is a test. That's how they spin it under U.S. Code Title 50, Chapter 32, subsection 1528, paragraph B. That as long as it's for research, they're allowed to do testing on humans without consent, they say. The criminal government says they're allowed to. I say, I'm not your slave, and don't you dare spray something on me, you dirtbag, control freak criminal. Okay? Now they've come out because the mainstream media has been forced to and said, okay, we were doing tests, and we want to do it openly now, and we want to use global carbon taxes to pay for it. We want to globally spray the atmosphere with blimps that produce the stuff and aircraft to save you from global warming. And then scientists looked at it and said, this will cool the planet down. What are you doing? And then they looked at it even closer with some of the stuff they're spraying and said, this will actually heat it up. What are you doing? Then they looked at it even more closely. And now the UN says, well, since we're not saying there's global warming, now the sun's rays are going to hurt you. So I'm going to show you the mainstream news articles. Here it is. Why the sun seems to be dimming. BBC. This is from a couple years ago. And it goes through NASA and other scientists saying the Earth is at least 20% darker. This says 22% drop in sunlight since the 1950s, with most of it in the last decade. You see that? Some areas of the world it's fallen by 30% or more. The sunlight is not getting in. Let's continue. Here's another one, Wired Magazine. Earth's dimming skies before and after. You think this might be bigger than Iran or maybe the Dallas Cowboys even? I know nothing's bigger than that, but again, then I'll show you the documents where they admit they're doing this. And I'm going to go over this later in the week. They gave a guy, what was in 92, a Nobel Prize for coming up with this. By 95, they were testing it all over Europe and the U.S., but it wasn't worldwide. Now it's worldwide. Here's more of the documents. Science Daily, what impact would sun dimming have on Earth's weather? Now, here's the Council on Foreign Relations, the globalist. Geoengineering workshop on unilateral planetary scale geoengineering. What do they call for? Barium salts, aluminum dioxide. They admit the testing's already been done. Yeah, a giant program. They're calling it a test. Here's another one, Unilateral Geoengineering Report, CFR. Stay with us. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-34